Guys, thank you so much for jumping on here with us tonight. My name is Andrea Rosser, and I've had the privilege of being a part of this lovely community for, gosh, going on 9 years now. So very, very grateful for what it has done for us and our family. And if somebody invited you on here, it's because they think highly of you, because they think that this is something that can benefit you. And just know, we're pretty casual folk. We're going to share some information with you. And if it's for you, fantastic. If it's not, that's okay. Because we're just looking for people that are looking for us, right? So if you love it, then welcome aboard. We'll help you get started. We'll help you run with it. If you don't, that's okay too. But I've got some just phenomenal guests that are going to jump on here with us this evening. And I'm excited for you to hear from them because they have some really powerful transformations that they've been able to experience, just ways that they've been able to benefit from what we have to offer. So I would love for you guys to hear from them tonight. So the first one, and no, we're going to be really respectful of your time. So we're going to be, pretty quick here, but make sure you stay to the end because we're going to give you some resources and we're going to give you some of the nitty gritty so you can decide if this is something that would work for you or not. But the first person I'm going to start with is a gentleman named Craig. I adore him. I love his story. He has an incredible transformation. So just be prepared because every time I get a little bit choked up, so I might have to turn off my camera depending, but just a great transformation and would just love for him to share his story. And Craig, I don't know, you should be able to.
Yep. I'm unmuted.
Okay, perfect. So if you wouldn't mind just sharing with us a little bit about what this has done for you in your life. And we can see a little bit here real quick. People glance quick. I'm just going to show it for a second. But if you would just share, I would love it.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me on, Andrea. I appreciate it. And yeah, please do glance quick and get it off the screen because I don't like looking at myself. But so yeah, my name is Craig and I'm from Colorado Springs, Colorado. I'm originally from Boston. I've been in the IT profession for about 26 years now. Been a software tester. I've had a lot of success, financially in that profession, been blessed with decent income. But, I actually started taking a look at this industry and particularly this company about 4.5 years ago because I was traveling a lot with the job I was in. I was traveling about 75% of the time. I was working, 80 to 100 hours a week. And that was kind of an average. And I was doing that because we were trying to make ends meet. Like most people, we were pretty, paycheck to paycheck financially. Our lifestyle outgrew our income. And so I was having to work this job and it literally was starting to affect me physically. I put on a bunch of weight. I went up over 400 pounds. For the first time in my life, I was 407 pounds. I had, 4 daughters at the time and I had an unborn son, just several months away. And I started getting these really bad headaches. And so I went to the doctor. And to nobody's surprise, really, my blood pressure and my cholesterol were tied to my weight gain that I had. My blood pressure was 193 over 176. So I was a walking time bomb at that point, and I really needed to make a change in my life. But in that immediate moment, I needed to just not die. And so I got put on some blood pressure medicine. I did that for about 3 or 4 months, and I was sitting at home one night with my wife, and I just said, this isn't living. This isn't what I want to do. I don't want to get up every day, go to work, come home and pass out by 6 o'clock. That's not a life. The doctor had told me if I didn't make a change with my weight and get my health under control, that I wouldn't see my next birthday, let alone, get to meet my son in a few months. And so it was a serious wake up call for me. And I want you to know that I wasn't really looking at this as a business opportunity. I was really the product guy. I was looking for, the health transformation, obviously. But what ended up happening is I wound up getting some of the products, and a friend of mine turned me on to, this company. I think she's actually on the Zoom tonight. And I just, I took a chance drinking the products, doing what they said. And, within a very short period of time, had some immediate weight loss. And, fast forward to about 7 months, I had lost 70 pounds of weight. I went away to an event that the company had. And I tell people that was really the turning point for me because I was a believer in the products. I was a believer in the community and the culture because when I went away to this event, I started seeing fulfillment of the things that people were telling me could be possible. And at that point, I made a 90-day run. I came back from that trip, and I said, I'm gonna take a crack at this, financially, because, like I told you, we were paycheck to paycheck, and so we needed a way, my wife and I, to have a little bit of extra money. And people started asking about my weight loss results, and I started getting a little more serious about it. And in 90 days, I was able to go to a point with this business where I was able to earn enough money to pay my mortgage every month. I was able to pay my car payment. In fact, car qualified through the company and drive around a really nice black BMW. And don't get me wrong, all that stuff was great, but that's not what it was about for me. For me, it was the first time that I really had hope. I actually had a plan. I had a way that I could keep doing what I was doing in my day job, still doing the things I was doing, but also earn some extra money on the side and have a health transformation that, to this point, I've lost. And I don't say this lightly, because it's staggering to even think about, but I have lost 161 pounds of weight to date. I think I've actually lost a little bit more. I started on one of our products on Monday, our Slenderized drops, and I think they're working, but I haven't weighed in yet. So stay tuned for that. But at least 161 pounds. My blood pressure, my cholesterol, my health is great as it's ever been, if not better. I just turned 48 years old, and I feel like, honestly, like my health is where it was when I was in my 30s. I just feel great. My son's about to turn 5. I can play with him and run around and do all those things that a father should be able to do. And one of the last things I'll share is that financially, because we've been able to have this extra money, this truly extra money, for the last 4 years, my wife and I have paid off our debt. We're debt free, and that is an amazing accomplishment. So I started for the products and the health, and wound up having this amazing financial transformation as well. And honestly, I'm at a point now where my motivation is just to share with other people. So I'm super blessed and excited to be able to come on here tonight, Andrea, and just share with everybody. So thanks for letting me do that.
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, every part of your story is such an inspiration. And I'm sure glad, selfishly, for incredibly selfish reasons, but I'm so glad you got on this journey so that we still have you, because we adore you. We think you're phenomenal. And I greatly appreciate you telling your story. And I do get choked up every time, so I'm going to try not to squeak at everybody. But thank you for that. Thank you for that. And we're going to move over to a whole different part of the country right now. We're gonna jump on with Miss Tonya, and I'll tell you, this is a firecracker. This is a woman that has, her whole family truly has had a transformation with this opportunity, and I'm just excited for everybody to be able to hear from you. So Tonya, if you wouldn't mind jumping on and sharing your story with us real quick, I would appreciate it. Or real slow, you take whatever time you want.
Okay. Well, look, thank you for inviting me on the call tonight. Guys, I'm going to tell you what, like Andrea's just said, my whole family's involved. And, when we did get started, I'm just going to kind of skip around a little bit, but talking about what she just said, when we got started, my mom got started. She told me that my husband needs to be drinking it. And I'm like, okay, fine. And then he started drinking it. And then, a year and a half later, it took me a year and a half to get started. And I'm going to tell you that in a few minutes. But when we got started, it was about the time kind of like it is today. And we started moving. And I hit 100K. My daughter hit 50K. And so it really got her out of our pocketbook. It's really nice to have a senior in high school that's got a paycheck that she can just go and do whatever she wants to do, and got out of my back pocket and started making her own money. And, and so that is what this is about. It's not just about what you can do for yourself. It's what you can do for your family and for their families and your friends' families, because with this job, you can bring anybody that you love and you care about with you. It's not just about you having a job. It's about, who can I bring with me? Who do I want to go to the top with me? Because I have the opportunity to take anybody that I love and care about. But back to my story. I just kind of skipped around a little bit, but back to my story, let you know where I came from, what has happened to us in the last few years. back in the day, in about 2009, I started drinking this because my husband had problems with his back and he had to have back surgery. After his second back surgery, his company called and said, "You're no longer an asset to us. You're a liability. So we're going to have to let you go." And he had such a phenomenal job. You know, we made really, really good money. And so he said, "Tonya," he said, I can't find another job. Nobody will hire me. When they find out that I've had a back surgery, they're like, "Nope, nope, nope. We don't want you. We don't want you." And so I said, "Well, you know what? We are in this thing called Limu and we need to look at it." Well, he's like, "No way, not doing it. Never. My daddy did network marketing whenever I was a child. Not going to do it." And I said, "Okay, whatever." Well, then I walked in one day and I saw him and Casey, my son, sitting on the floor rolling coins. And I said, "What's going on?" And he looked at me with his big old brown eyes and he said, "This is all we have left." And I said, "What?" He said, "The pickle jars of coins that I collected while I worked offshore, that's all we have left to buy food and gas for this month." And I said, "Leo, where's our retirement? Where's your 401k? Where's all this that we've saved up all these years? Because you've had a great job." He said, "Tonya, when there's more going out than that's coming in," he said, "it goes really fast." Well, right then I felt that weight on my shoulders and I said, something's got to change. I said, "You know, I'm just a dancing teacher. And in a small town of 2,300 people, you got to do something to help." He said, "What do you want me to do?" I said, "Well, like I told you before, we have this thing called Limu and they say that there's a paycheck behind it if you want to work it." He said, "Well, let me go look at it." But this time he had an open mind. He was not closed-minded. Can't see me like he had been in the past. And we went to New Orleans. When he walked out, he was completely blown away and completely different person. He said, "Baby, I think we can do this." Well, I started crying. I said, "Thank you, Jesus. Thank you that he sees this for what it is." And so we came home and he started working with me. You know, we've always done everything together. Our whole entire life, we plumbed our house together. We remodeled our house. We just got through remodeling again this past couple of weeks. And so, you know, we've always done everything as a husband and wife. And so this was no different. And so he started helping me. I started sharing with people. He started sharing with people. And guys, this is the amazing thing. We went from rolling coins and stepped into a six-figure income in less than 6 months' time. And it's because we just started sharing. And, you know, he already knew the product worked. I already knew the product worked, but all we had to do was open our mouth and start talking about it. And when we did, well, he had a friend that needed it. I had a friend that needed it. And together, we just started sharing. And then they started having people that needed it. And they started having people that needed it. And our team grew. It's kind of like this. And I'm going to say something. The time that we're in right now, it's like that. So with RX, take what I'm about to say to you and run with it. You know how in the wintertime, you got that snowball and it takes you a minute to make that snowball. And then once you get that snowball made, you start rolling it and you start rolling it. Well, think about it rolling down a hill. And then all of a sudden it takes on a life of its own and it's something you can't stop. That's what happened to us back in the day. And guys, with RX and this company and what it is showing those same signs. So if you are in for or ready for a ride of a lifetime, get your snowball ready. Get it ready. Get ready to roll it down that hill, because once it takes a life of its own, you're not going to be able to stop it. And you're going to be like blown away how you can be rolling coins. And then 6 months later, you've got a business that's almost $200,000 in business assets. It's amazing, and that is what's happening now. Now, I'm going to tell you something. What's happened to me in my dancing school. I told you I was a dancing teacher. Well, guess what? They have considered me non-essential. So I had to shut my doors. all of those little students, and y'all saw the pictures of my kids. I took them to Disney World. We have a great time. They are my hearts, and that is my passion, my dancing school. But you know what? I've had not one person send me a check, because guess what? I'm not teaching their kids anymore. So all of my dancing school money has diminished because I'm not teaching those little children. So while I've been shut down, my dancing school has not paid me one penny. But guess what? My RX money has been increasing week after week after week after week. And so I'm excited. I'm excited about where we're going. I'm excited about joining and locking arms with RX and taking RX to the top. And, you know, Limu and RX is not just about a paycheck. You know, we have got family and friends that we call family, because you just become close to so many people and you get to know so many other people. Yes, they call it network marketing, but when you're networking, you're not only forming friends just for a season, but you're forming lifetime friends. So if you like people and you want to go far in life, having friends, but also helping people, then this is the place that you need to be. And I got one more thing to say, and then I'm going to let you go. You know, you heard Craig say that he got into it for the health. Well, guess what? I did too. But most people do get into it for the health. But guess what? They always wind up getting a paycheck and benefiting from having a paycheck. And those, like my great friend, Mr. Connie Epinet, he didn't care about the money, about the health. He got into it for the business. Guess what? He's over 80 years old, and he has seen some great health results. So for those of you that get into it for the health, you're going to find a financial part. And those of you that get into it for the finances, you're going to find the health. It is a 360 with this company. So Andrea, again, thank you. Hope I didn't take up too much time. Hope I covered everything. I don't know. I didn't cover, you know, what happened, you know, my story about my knees and different things. We'll get on that later, but thank you so much for inviting me. I thoroughly enjoyed talking to you guys tonight. And if you are looking at this for the first time, jump in. You won't be sorry. If you're looking at this for the 10th time, jump in. You won't be sorry. Thank you, girl. Have a blessed night, everybody.
Thank you so much. I love your story. I love your story. This is so fun for me. Like, I keep talking about how selfish I am, but I love hearing all these stories because it does so much good for my heart. And so just bear with us for a minute. I'm going to share a little bit about my story, and then I'm going to go into some details with you guys. But, you know, this is always the awkward part when you put your own face on the screen. So that's why I'm on and off real quick. But just, you know, a little bit of background. I'm the person that Tonya was talking about that came here for the paycheck. I thought that the product sounded good, but that's not what I was looking for. I needed an income. So that first picture is me with my little peanuts. And you see a very tired mama in that picture because I was working full time. I had two little tinies at home that everybody was raising but me. And there was no way out of that. I did not see that changing ever. I prayed about it all the time, but didn't see how I could make it happen. And it was one of those things, be careful what you pray for. I'm grateful now, but there were some moments that were terrifying in that I actually got let go. I don't know if you remember a little bit of a hiccup in our economy, 2008. I was in the real estate industry. And so I ended up losing my job and came home and went, okay, we'll figure something out. But after about a year, I hadn't. And so we got into a horrible place financially, behind on the mortgage, praying for groceries. It was an ugly, ugly time. And that's when I found this industry. And it, you know, it changed truly every aspect of my life. I didn't expect it to. I really came into this looking for grocery money. I had small vision, but we turned it into something that it's been almost 9 years now. And I've been home with my kids ever since. I've been able to create a sizable income for my family. And my son, who is now 11, he doesn't even remember being raised in daycare, which he was when he was tiny. So it's been just such a huge gift. And the pictures that kept going, the middle one was the first time I was able to pay off my credit card in the whole for that month. And I sent that picture out to my mentor because it was such, Tonya talked about that weight, and I had been just under this weight and slowly, shoveling myself out. And that was when I finally got free. And it was just such a gift, and it purely came from what we're about to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share some slides with you guys. So just bear with me. If you've got questions, feel free to, comment in the chat, and we'll do our best to answer them. Let's see if I can figure out how to use a slideshow. All right, here we go. But really, if you're like most people, you are looking for something health-wise, right? Maybe you're looking for a little bit of more energy. Maybe you want to lose some weight, reduce some inflammation. We all know nowadays that kind of everything wrong with our body comes from inflammation. If you're looking to sleep better, that was one of my biggest gifts that this company has given me, our products have given me, is I'm a chronic insomniac. I'm a little high strung as a person. Chronic insomniac, I sleep now. So, if you're like most people, you want some of that, and we have products that fuel our whole company that can allow you to do that. And what we do is we create transformations. So I don't know what you're looking for, right? Like this transformed my finances, it actually transformed my body as well, and my family. If I love you, you drink our products. Like it's a non-negotiable. If I want to keep you around, I'm sending you product, or you're getting product in some way, because I want you to be healthy. And that's just what we do. We help people, inside, outside, whatever you're looking for. We've got, phenomenal products that we'll talk about in a little bit, but we're just helping people go get what they're looking for. And our whole philosophy, and Tonya hit on it, is a 360 view. So we're going to look at what we can do for you, financially, what we can do for you with your skin, or the air that you breathe, or the products that you, wash your hair with, whatever it may be. And it's all through these house of brands. And our goal is for you to find what you love, right? And get it from yourself. So I'm not trying to get anybody to spend any extra money, right? I don't want them to pull something into their house that they already don't want. But instead of going to GNC and getting your vitamins, get them from yourself, right? And they're the top quality. They're products that are the key, what is it called? Cream of the crop, there we go, that you can't get anywhere else. Maybe you're looking to lose a little bit of weight, right? These little drops, which, mine are hidden, they are a game changer. What they can do to help, kickstart that weight loss is phenomenal. Giving greens, I give to my kids every single day, and myself. I love it. They love it. It lets you get 2 pounds of vegetables into yourself with these little tiny scoops. You can mix it into anything. Apple juice, I like it just with water and warm, like a tea, but I put it in shakes for the kids. But I know that they're getting the nutrition that they need, that makes, as a mom, it makes me feel better. Maybe you're, looking for some more energy. We have some phenomenal energy drinks that aren't poison, right? If you had asked me about energy drinks before I got involved, I would have said, oh my gosh, no. Like, first of all, I'm a middle-aged woman. Like, I don't think that's my demographic. But once I had them, I realized I don't ever want to be without them. As a middle-aged woman, I need them more than anybody else. They are phenomenal. And guess what? They're healthy. They don't have any of the garbage that you find in a traditional energy drink. You just feel good. I say they make me a fun mom, because I'll actually play and run around and, be a monkey with the kids. Clean water, right? Right now, with everything going on, I'm out here in California. We couldn't get bottled water for quite some time out here. It was kind of, people are bananas. And I didn't have to worry, because I knew if I could get water from any source, as long as it's not salt water, I can filter it, and I can get out 99.99% of all the ick, and know that I have clean water for myself and my family. Do you use essential oils? Well, you can get them from yourself. If you don't, well, that's not what you're going to pick, right? We've got 2 different skincare lines that you see pictures of people that they're aging in reverse. They look phenomenal. And then if you don't do any of that, well, I hope you brush your teeth and wash your body. And we have personal care that you can get. But all it's about is you redirecting your spending, getting it from yourself, from phenomenal companies. And, these are industries that are huge, right? Health and wellness, 4.2 trillion. energy, 55 billion, weight loss, 204 billion, skincare, 135 billion, personal care, 250 billion. And you getting started, you can tap into all of that, and we do it from home, right? This is what we do. I've worked at home for the last almost 9 years now, where I've been able to be right here, raise my little monkeys, and still be able to generate a good income to provide for them. And it's been, I'll tell you, it's been such a connecting point through all of this craziness that we get to get on here every day. We get to see the people we care about, and we do it from, you know, our smartphones and our computers, and truly generate something that can be generational, truly. And what all we do here is we help you go create your story and help you share it. And we turn that into, it can turn into an empire, truly. And it's not about you going and getting 100 people, right? It's not about that. It's about you finding something that you love. Just like if you went to a good movie, if we could go to movies, just like if you got really great takeout, I don't know, or read a really great book, you're going to share it with people. So you get started, you fall in love with these products, you have your transformation like Craig did, like Tonya did, like I did, and then you go share that with the people that you care about, right? And you get to pick, just like she said, you get to pick. And our goal is to help you find 4. Okay, and then we're going to help them do the same thing. And over time, this isn't a get rich quick thing. Over time, we're going to help build this into a network that can turn into thousands. And I've seen it happen, and I've had it happen for my family. And our goal is to help you do the same with yours. And it's all through a company called RX, which our whole goal, right? All we focus on is helping people look better, feel better, and live better. And it truly is the perfect timing. And, you know, why is that? Well, look at our history. All right. So this is a company that's been in business since 2011, and their goal is to keep growing. So 2019, we closed at about 230 million. Who cares, right? Like that shows a lot of strength, a lot of, you know, a secure company. But this is the slide that gets me excited. Look where we're going. So their goal, and they're actually seeing this go even faster than what we have on here, but their goal is to be over $1 billion company. But if you look at this map, and you'll notice like it's in Chinese, half of it, we have no presence in North America. Little bitty bit of presence over in our part of the world. And what does that mean for you and I? That's opportunity. Right? That means that we get to be the face of this company here. That means that we don't have competition. We can go to our girlfriend and say, hey, have you ever heard of a company called RX? And they're going to say, what? What is that? And we get to spread it right here, because this company, this cash-rich company is focused on growing right here in our neck of the woods. And all you do is you pick a pack that works for you. Doesn't make any difference for us. You pick whatever it may be. You find the products that you want that speak to you, and just get back with the person that invited you on here, and they'll go over the different pack options and all of that with you. But you pick your pack and start benefiting from it. Have your experience. Maybe you're going to lose some weight, right? Maybe you're going to see a difference in your skin or the way that you feel, whatever it may be. And then we will work together with you to help you train it, because our goal, none of us succeed unless all of us succeed. So we work together absolutely as a team. So thank you so much for being on here tonight. And like I said, go ahead and get back with whomever got you on here and get those questions answered. And you can check us out in a couple of different places. If you go to rx.com and then moachallenge.com are 2 different websites that you can go to just to find some different information, kind of do a little bit of due diligence. But I'll tell you, we're so grateful that you were on here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to helping you all get started with your experience today. Have a great night. Thanks again, Tonya. Thanks again, Craig. And thank you for everybody for joining us tonight.